Hey guys, it's Amy and Vince coming back at you. Episode 5 today of the Parlove Shack. Welcome back, Vince.
Welcome back, Amy. Wow.
We are having a ball with this. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think it's going awesome, and it's really going to segue nicely into our topic today. Of why we're doing this, last week was the why, right? We're going to expand on that this week, but it's going great. We were at a function yesterday, and there's some folks that have been watching and tuning in, and that makes us feel good that people are having fun watching it, enjoying our topics, and once again, if you guys have any topics that you want us to cover in regards to anything, we're more than happy to do that. But
That's awesome.
what's today's topic?
So today's topic is knowing your worth. What's your worth? Which is pretty broad, I think, but focused all at the same time, I think, because we're really talking about what your individual worth is. And for me, that's evolved quite a bit, because my worth, what I felt like my worth was as a wife, a mother, staying at home, has evolved into now I'm back in the workforce. So my worth has had to shift a bit, because I've had to get out of my comfort zone and realize that it's different now. My kids need me, you need me, but also I need to do something for myself. And so for that, it's evolved for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think it's worth, value, purpose, right? I've always been, one of my big things that I learned early on in my career, and I didn't understand it in the beginning of my career, is that money follows. You have to find a passion for what you like to do, and the money follows, because then you get up and it's fun. I specifically, being in the mortgage business, I've never gotten up for a job ever. There's been trying times. There's been, tough things. The COVID situation we just went through is my third and a half kind of, economic issue that I've went through. And each one has its own flavor. But with that, when money follows, you provide a passion to get where you're at. And then, when I'm talking to, because everybody has a boss, right? I don't care if you own your own company or, it's, you can pick your boss, right?
True.
Do I provide value to the organization that I'm currently working for, and does the organization find me valuable? And then if those two things work, you're in really good shape, in my opinion.
Well, I think what's important, something that you said was, I think sometimes in a job situation, you're like, I have to make this much money because I am worth that. Well, of course, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But you have to feel like you are doing everything you possibly can in your own self in order to feel that acceptance,
That you belong.
value, yes, that you belong in that culture in order to feel that you are worth that, I think.
Right.
And I think some of that begins with, looking inside, which is, do I have the habits? Do I have the stamina? Do I have the skin for it? Because I think for some of the situations, in maybe a work situation or even this, like, are people going to like it? Are people going to value what we say? Is this worth it for us? And for us, we think it is. We think if we're helping one person, awesome, it was totally worth it. And it feels good to us.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm like, I feel like I have something to contribute. So that's my worth. I feel like I can give something back, and hopefully somebody gets some value out of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is hopefully one component of folks, of what they kind of get to make their secret sauce or their chili, so to speak, in their life, right? They take a few things from what we present on a weekly basis. Then they've got, you have a couple people podcast-wise that you listen to. I've made a goal for myself that I was going to listen to one book a month for 12 books. for this year. That was my goal, and I think I'm on my 9th book already, listening on the way to work because I have 2 hours of drive time, and things of that nature. But you take a little piece of this, you take a little piece of your podcast, folks. You take a little piece of my books that I'm reading, because we talk about all the things, right? I'll come home and I'll say, hey, listen, I'm in this book. It's neat. This is what I got. And no book, the one thing that I had done for a long time is that if I started a book and I didn't like it, I just stopped reading or listening or whatever. But my deal was that when I started a book, I had to finish it, and I've done that to the tune of the 9th book right now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, I think some of the things too is taking control of your own life, because nobody else is going to do it for you. I could sit here and rely on Vince, rely on my kids to sort of fill my self-worth, but really I have to do that myself. I have to take control. There's no really shortcut to it. You got to jump in. I got to figure it out and move forward. So I think for me, the part of jumping into the workforce, knowing my worth, is that I'm still at 50 years old, able to learn something and provide a service for somebody, and then feel really good about that. That fills my bucket, which I've talked about in previous episodes, is that if I'm helping somebody, then it's worthwhile for me. But it's taken me a long time to get to that point.
I remember about a month or so ago, maybe it was longer than I'm horrible about that. You always tell me, that was 3 years ago. It wasn't just a month ago, so we have that fun piece of us. But anyways, you said, I thought I was busy when I was going grocery shopping, getting for the kids and things like that. It was a busy, and you found things that really, that was your worth, that was your responsibility, right? It was providing for us, providing for the kids, dinners, picking up sports events, at sport events and things like that. But you're like, boy, this is a different busy. Talk to people like that about that.
So I do a week, or actually a daily post on Instagram. I'm a big Instagrammer. I love Instagram. Anyways, my post on Friday was basically, you have to show up to go up. So you have to show up for your life to figure out where you want to go. So I agree with you, is that I was sort of like, I'm so busy every day. I got all this going on. You make time for the things that are important to you.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And you can fill your day doing things that you think might be important to you, or you think are important to your children. But I will also say, I'm showing up for my life now because I am showing our kids that you show up for yourself, be confident in yourself, form the positive habits that are going to take you to the next level, be there for yourself, dig deep and find out what's your worth. And they're seeing that.
Yeah.
To me, that's a big deal. I love it that they're seeing that, and they'll comment on it too. Mom, good for you. That was awesome. Or, what did you do today? Who are you meeting with today, Mom? And for them, it's great to be now, I feel like, a role model, and that makes me feel worthy of their attention, to see how you show up and go up. How you show up for your life and you start going up.
The role model has evolved, right? When we decided that we were going to raise a family, we made the conscious decisions that you were going to stay home and raise the kids, right? Mm-hmm. That wasn't by accident. We did that on purpose. Sure. Right?
100%. Okay. Everybody was on board.
So we gave, and the other thing too is that we said we're traveling. A lot of times people would have kids, and that's fine, whatever you're into and things like that. People want to lock down. All 3 of our kids were in Mexico before they were 1, I think. I'm pretty sure. Right. Pretty sure. And back then we would pack a suitcase with all the stuff that we had to cook for them. If we had to warm formula up and things of that nature. So, but now now you can get over there and get exactly. It was crazy. But anyways, but that was your worth. That was what we decided to do. That's what we talked about. And now, as they're getting older, the work ethic thing comes into play. And there's a lot of studies out there that are showing that a lot of issues with our kids right now is that they're unfortunately from broken homes. I mean, that's a higher percentage now, and they don't see parents getting up every morning to go to work, and that gets ingrained in them. You know what I mean, from that standpoint. So, I think it's big raising the kids is what we did. We achieved success there, and now as they're getting older, we're feathering in, getting up the value of having a job, having a profession, and then working through that.
Well, they see the return on investment. They've seen it for you, through you for years.
Right.
Because you've always been that go, push. It was in a different way for me.
Yeah.
But now they're seeing the work ethic in me, and they're seeing the return. They're seeing how souped up I get about like whatever. Oh my gosh, I got another loan, whatever. And I like let everybody know in the house that that's what's happening. And they're like, complimentary, but they're subconsciously seeing the success because of the product of what I'm putting into it.
Yep.
And what I'm learning from it. And that's really super important.
Yeah, I think it's really showing with our son, Rocco.
Yeah.
I mean, I think right now is perfect timing for him to see this, right?
Yes.
Because he's kind of coming into 18. Really has chosen to, go into the trades. He's going to be an electrician. You know what I mean? So we're trying to figure that out with him and go down that route. But anyways, that being said, he's really benefited from this, and probably, and it probably rounded off some things for our oldest, Gianna, in doing some stuff, because, I think it was Saturday night last night, she stayed home and did homework.
We were like,
what
who
college
is this
kid does
kid?
it? Yeah, who abducted our oldest. But
What is
anyways,
she
it's all
doing?
good. I'm just
Yeah.
joking about that. They're all doing great. It's great stuff. So, but anyways, no, it's been a great run here,
Yeah.
and really we're ending our June will be 6 months into this kind of new endeavor that we've got going on. You've been doing great. It's
So
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I look forward to it every week. Vince and I talk about it through the week. This has become a new worth for me. The minute we're done with this and we post it, I start thinking about what we're going to do. And then he'll usually hit me Monday and be like, hey, what are we doing this week? What's going on? And it's great to have this good rapport with one another of a new project, because now my mind's already going on other projects.
Yeah.
And other things that I want to do, because I feel like, gosh, you can do it. So set your expectations, I guess. Set your expectations, know your worth, and follow through. You got to show up for your life, be there, decide what you're going to do, and follow through with it.
Yeah.
Because good things are coming, good things can happen. And you're a good example of telling me, you know what, Amy, you might try 5 things and it might not work. You might not like it, and you might say, you know what, that's okay. So know where your heart is. Show up. I keep saying it. Show up for your life. Figure it out, and then push forward, and good things will happen. Success will happen for you.
Yeah, we all have a showing up. What you just said is that by showing up, sometimes you only have a day that's B work or B plus work. That's okay, right? But you got up, you put the time in, put the effort in. But it's funny how something off of that day will spawn into something that turns into a couple A days. You know what I mean? And you didn't even know it, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
From that
true.
standpoint.
That's
so,
true.
but it's been awesome. For whatever reason today we lost our timer.
We did, but I think we're almost. I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah, we are. But what do you got to say finally for folks? What's last thoughts?
I think it's. I don't think it's too late. I guess.
Oh, that's a good one.
Try to dig deep, because I know for me it has evolved. Change is inevitable. Don't be afraid of it. I was for a long time. It took me a long time to get back into this work, environment, and I'm so glad I did. I've tried a couple different things. I've worked in a couple different areas, and I'm so glad, because it has made me grow. It has made me change, and it has made me really know that I have a good value, and I have things to say and things to contribute. Oh, I wore this shirt today. She will. You can do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Show up for yourself.
And I'm a testament, because I live with her and she has done it. And there's been tough days in regards to learning a whole new career and things of that nature. I think it gets frustrating, because you want to know and you want to help people. And once again, the worth to the folks that she's helping is tremendous, because a mortgage, people really only do those 2, 3, 4 times in their whole life, and they're spread out. And by the time it spreads out, there's different products, different things of that nature. So I keep on telling Amy, she's about week 1, she's an expert. I mean, because if you got 5 in a row or 6 deals in a row that you're talking about in 1 week, that's two more than people do in their lifetime. So, but anyways, this has been a riot. It continues to be a riot. I think we got something special coming down the pipe for you guys. What we're talking about is a little 3-series episode over the next 3 weeks, and we might cram them a little bit closer together, but we won't let it out of the bag right now. But we look forward to what we're talking about next.
Yep. Love you guys. Have a great week.
Have a
Show
great
up
week.
to go up.
Love
See
it.
ya.